everyone, I'm Josie Stowers, your co-host for Inside the Circle. Normally, Dara would be leading the podcast. However, today we are going to take some time to listen to her story. So Dara, I would love to hear about your childhood and how you first got interested in the equestrian industry.
Well, starting out as a child, I have no idea where my obsession with horses came from. Luckily I had parents who loved to read. And so I just started, once I figured out what a horse was, then I wanted to read everything I could about breeds and illnesses and what to feed them and how to care for them. And that just kind of grew. My parents got me in lessons when I was 8. And then when I was 10, they got me a quarter horse that, at the time I had no idea what a blessing he was, but definitely one of those older seasoned horse. He knew how to do everything. He could side pass. He could do the flying lead changes. I did trail. We did showmanship. We attempted Western pleasure. We didn't do that very well. But he was just so much fun. And that just kind of grew. And unfortunately, I lost him when I was 15. He foundered and, of course, had some rotation in his foot. So that was extremely traumatic. And I kind of left horses for a little while after that. But when I went to college, got back into it. And I can't say that I have carefully orchestrated my career path. It's just kind of God's plan, the way things have worked out. And here I am 20 years in.
I'd love to hear, what was your horse's name? Did he have a registered name and a nickname?
He did. So his registered name was Smiling Gene Jack. And we called him Jack for short. And he was one of those really beautiful, blood red bays.
Oh.
That was just a really vibrant red. He had a star on his forehead. And he was kind of tall. He was 15 too. So as a little girl, I'd have to find something to crawl up on him, or, I'd run him downhill and jump on him out in the pasture. And he was just so good-natured.
What do you think your favorite discipline was? And what was he best at, would you say? Or was he sounds like he was good all around, but.
Yeah, so he was definitely best. I would say we did some trail, and that was a lot of fun. And just doing some of the patterns, where you had to incorporate, you went this far and then you picked up your right lead and you loped circles and did different things that I can't say we were doing reining, but kind of similar to that, in a 4-H setting. And it was just absolutely heaven.
I feel like trail, when you're a child and when you're growing up, it's just so freeing because it's like you're getting to explore all at the same time.
Yes.
And do things without necessarily, you're under your parents' supervision, but it feels like you're not,
Absolutely, absolutely. And, the trainer came and he knew so much and I didn't, about, okay, if you want to move his front end, you put your foot up here, and if you want to move his hind end. And so it was really great just to learn the technicalities of horsemanship and how to ride right and use your legs and not necessarily your reins and the bit all the time.
What do you think was the most difficult challenge that you faced growing up?
Oh, I would definitely say when we had to put him down. That was absolutely so traumatic. Because when you're a kid, you get so attached.
They take such good care of you.
Yes, exactly. And, but that was just, that was traumatic. And I'm sure, a lot of our listeners and even you, can kind of know what that feels like, but wouldn't have traded it for the world.
Right. It's all worth it in the long run because you learn so much from every single horse, whether it's something that you want to repeat in your next horse or if it's something that you really look forward to avoid. You learn so much and they become essentially a part of your family. So
Absolutely.
It is difficult, but like you said, completely worth it. So what do you do you feel like that led you into loving quarter horses, or is there a different breed of horse that you're more attracted to? How do you feel about them?
No, I definitely love a good quarter horse. Can definitely appreciate the other breeds, but for sure the quarter horse, just his athleticism and I know he's a horse, but just his personality is just something that I have just would definitely get another quarter horse.
Yes, yeah, I agree. I grew up raising quarter horses, so I can vouch for that. I don't know too much about other breeds essentially with firsthand experience, but
Mhm.
I definitely agree with you on the quarter horse aspect. So whenever you went to college, there's so many people who fall out of the equestrian industry as soon as they leave, go to school, live in
Mhm.
apartments. How did you keep in touch with the equestrian lifestyle?
Well, so I definitely did take some time off, and even like when I first started out in college, I did take a year off and just kind of worked because I started out wanting to go to vet school.
Mhm.
Well, it turns out I can't do the math, not even with the prayer, with the tutor, I can't do the math. And so I really got involved like in English and literature because I really loved writing, and I, of course, already loved to read. And then that kind of led me back to Oklahoma State, and I learned about ag communications. And that was really the time when I thought, because I was missing it. I was missing the horse, just having a horse in my life and the people associated with the equestrian space. And so when I got into that, I thought I had found my tribe. Like I had found what I was supposed to do. And I actually started out for animal science, but I was working at a barn, and I'd actually gotten a horse by then that my uncle had given me a horse, and he was actually a Tennessee Walker. Did not know what to do with him because he moved completely different and he was a baby. But that in itself was so much fun, teaching, him how to just pick his feet up and take a bath and all those things. But that's really when I got back into it. Um,
I love that. I think a lot of people don't quite understand, you talk about the reading and the ag communications. Reading and poetry and books are such a big part of the Western industry, and
mhm,
a lot of people don't realize that and how in touch you have to be with the culture and putting that all into words. So that all
mhm,
makes it all comes full circle. It makes perfect sense that
mhm.
your love for reading ties a lot into your love for the equestrian lifestyle.
Mhm. Yeah, I wish I could say it was like a well curated plan, but it wasn't. I feel like it was definitely God's plan leading me the way.
It just kind of happens. It
Mhm.
all happens how it should.
Mhm.
So, obviously, you said you went to Oklahoma State,
Mhm.
and now we're in Yoakum, Texas. So, tell me a little bit about how you ended up here.
So, again, fate working. So, the beginning of my senior year of college, I met my husband, and he was from Texas and this kind of around this area. And so, we started dating, and then upon graduation, we got married shortly thereafter and had moved to Texas. And this is how I got here.
And did you start working at Circle Y as soon as you came here?
No, not exactly. So, I worked at a bank checking new accounts because I had been a copy editor for
Mhm.
the OSU paper. And I was, of course, just trying to land anything around here, right? Being a new graduate. And actually met one of our senior leaders that's here in the company. And her husband and my husband knew each other. And so we were at a wedding one night, and my husband said, "Hey, Amy likes horses. You like horses. You guys should get to know each other." And so we got to talking, and I came and interviewed, and it has just been a fantastic fit.
That's
So,
amazing. That's so cool how it works out like that.
hmm
And so, who do you think that you have to thank for instilling this love for the equestrian lifestyle?
wow, gosh, it would have to definitely be my parents that they took such a leap of faith of, this kid being obsessed with this, 1,200-pound animal. What do we do? And they really nurtured that and embraced a lifestyle that they were not familiar with, that they did not know. And, were courageous enough to, get people around them that could help them and help me. And just absolutely forever grateful because I think my story would have been a lot different. Probably would have come around later in life, but my parents, you know, the kids out there that love horses and the parents don't really know what to do. This industry is full of so many great people that they're just they tend to be pretty welcoming.
Mhm.
So I have to
Yes.
thank my parents for sure.
I love that. How do you feel like your knowledge in the equestrian industry has helped you in your position at Circle Y?
Oh, wow. It really gave me a great foundation because the riders that we interact with, they might be riding Arabians or Halflingers or quarter horses, and especially like about conformation and different things. So that has been really helpful. And I mean, I'm no expert by any means on the different disciplines, but definitely just being really familiar and just having that general knowledge just really gave me, I would say, kind of like a head start coming into this. So
That is so refreshing to hear. And so, one of the things that we want to ask everybody is, what is your why? What is your why, and where are you going next?
oh, wow. What is my why? Well, right now I have a son that's about to graduate high school, and we have a 14-year-old daughter. And 20 years into a career that I am looking forward to kind of what the next 20 years has, that there's a lot of amazing things happening here at Circle Y and our family of brands that, kind of the most notable thing is going into the fall, and Cowboy Christmas and NFR is just always such a really cool time. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I would have to say my why is, my family and, trying to be the person that God intended me to be, and leaving this earth a little better than I found it. So that's where I'm at right now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, thank you so much, Dara, for allowing us to switch the roles today and being the one in the interviewee seat. It was so great to hear from you.
Appreciate it.
Well, guys, that's about all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us inside the circle, and we'll see you soon.